Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Mandela Effect. I have found the old Earth. My name is Byron Preston. Today is April 15th, 2016. I would like you to think for a moment, where is Earth in the Milky Way galaxy? Do you remember where Earth is in the Milky Way galaxy? Do you remember the spiral arms? Do you remember the names of them? Do you remember Earth being, our solar system being on the outskirts of the Milky Way galaxy, in the middle, in the center? Do you remember where it is? I want you to think about this for a moment before I tell you, because everyone wants to say, "Oh, you just have a bad memory." But I'm about to show you where you are in the universe, where you are in the Milky Way galaxy, because it is nowhere near what I remember. Have you thought about it? Think about it really hard. Pause the video if you can't remember. And don't Google, don't search, because I'm going to tell you in a minute. I'm going to show you. So just think. Pause if you have to. Hit the pause button. Where were we? Do you remember how many light years across the Milky Way galaxy is? Do you remember how many light years away the Andromedan galaxy is? Do you remember our sister galaxies? Well, we have several, but the major ones is the Large Magellanic Cloud and the Sagittarius D Cygded galaxy. Do you have a memory of these things? It's okay if you don't, but if you do, just try to remember. How many light years from the center of the Milky Way galaxy is our solar system? Just think about it. Do you remember? This, my friends, is the Milky Way galaxy. These are the spiral arms, and here is the center. Do you remember where our solar system is? Well, I don't know how this happened, but the way I remember our solar system, this is a 1997 by Jerry Rodriguez. It says that you are here. This is exactly where I remember us being, on the outskirts of the Milky Way galaxy. Here's the Large Magellanic Cloud and the Cygded and other galaxies. I remember us being way out here. I don't know how this picture survived. How did this come here from the old Earth? Because according to NASA and all the astronomers and everybody today, this picture is completely wrong. However, this is deadly accurate. This is exactly the way I remember it. So let me show you where they say we are today. Lo and behold, here is the sun, and it is on the Orion arm. And, you can see the outskirts of our galaxy, and here's the center. So from the sun to the center is now 25,000 light years. From the sun to the outer skirts is 25,000 light years. In other words, this solar system is right smack dab in the middle of the Milky Way galaxy. Anybody remember that way? I don't. I remember us being on the Sagittarius arm, and we are way on the outskirts of the Milky Way galaxy. Which, in other words, this is where our present location is. I remember us being exactly on the opposite side of the Milky Way galaxy. What's interesting is that, if you remember, we can't see through the galactic center. Radio telescopes try, but we can't. That's why I'm going to show you this picture. This is straight. Can you see this? Yeah. This is straight out of NASA.gov. They're showing the sun in the center, and then here's the galactic center. And here they're showing us on the Orion arm. But I remember us being on the Sagittarius arm, completely over here on the outskirts of the Milky Way galaxy. Which means that we are You can't see the old Earth through the center. So these two Earths are not aware of each other. Let me make this more clear. There is what is known as, it's called the observation shadow of the galactic core. We can't see, there's a shadow we can't see through. So the two Earths are completely hidden from each other. There's a lot of theories about, timelines, time travel, CERN, timelines, realities melting, this and that, and all kinds of cuckoo crazy stuff people are talking about, which is perfectly sound according to quantum physics. It's really not cuckoo crazy, it's sound. However, when you are a scientist, you have to be an observer, and whatever makes the most logical sense, well, that's usually what it is. The most logical sense to all the geography changing. How does South America move 1,000 miles and Australia move 1,000 miles, and how did the human anatomy change, and how did major events happen? How are some people that were dead now alive? It's because this is a mirror solar system. It's a sister solar system. It's an identical, well, not identical, but it's basically it's a copy. Um, so that is why everything seems the same, but things are slightly different. So then you say, well, how is everything on the other side of the galaxy so close to this one? This is what drove Albert Einstein completely nuts. There's this thing called singularity, where a particle on one side of the universe, well, let's say it went up here and took a right turn, on the other side of the universe, it do the exact same thing, go up and take a right turn. And it did it instantaneously, which violated Einstein's theory of relativity that nothing can move faster than the speed of light. However, when you go into quantum physics, all the rules are completely different. And it makes perfect sense, and they say there's basically a string kind of thing between the two particles, and that's why when one particle does one thing, it does the exact same thing to its sister particle on the other side of the universe instantaneously at the same time. So when something happens on the old Earth, it instantaneously happens on this Earth. However, there is a slight difference. It's not an exact copy. And that's why we're seeing these slight differences that we call the Mandela effect. So then you ask the question, why was I moved here? I've done a lot of, Google chat rooms, a lot of surveys, a lot of data gathering. And from what I've gathered is the folks that were moved here that are experiencing the Mandela effect, they're extremely empathetic people. They have very high ethics. They're the type of person that if a spider's in their house, they're going to pick it up on a piece of paper and carry it outside and let it go along its merry way. They tend to be against abortion unless it's going to threaten the mother or the mother, the person was raped. They're very empathetic, highly ethical, spiritually evolved people. And it's my theory that we were moved here to raise the consciousness of this planet. We are, as people hate using the word raise the vibrational frequency, but we are here to raise the vibrational frequency, to raise the consciousness, to help bring this solar system, the folks on this planet, into a new area of enlightenment. We are here to enlighten these folks and to help them move along their evolutional path. So you have been chosen. It is an honor and a privilege to help the people that are here. That is your mission, that is your goal, and that is what we need to do. They're going to call us crazy, insane, everything else, but we just have to get over it and move along with our mission and to help raise the consciousness of this planet and bring it into the next era. Which, a lot of people that are more familiar with the solar system than I am have commented on how stars in there are closer than they should be. The light year distance between stars are off. Like Orion is different, which I've noticed. Everything, you look in the sky, and pretty much the entire sky is wrong. The precession of the equinox is completely different here. If you're in astronomy, you may remember this better than I, but the progression of the equinox is completely changed. There's actually a 13th sign here, which doesn't exist on our world. When the astronomy, astrology, excuse me, astrology, the signs begin on different dates and end on different dates. I happen to be a Sagittarius. I'm very familiar with my sign. I know when it begins. I know when it ends. It's completely different here. You might even be a different sign here. The whole solar system and all the stars is 100% completely different. Yet, it's so similar that you're really not going to notice the difference unless you really look at it closely. That's all for tonight. I'll be putting out more videos as quickly as I can. I do have a day job. I'm not a professional speaker. I'm just throwing these things out as quickly as I can. I'm getting the information out as quickly as I can. I'm available for phone calls, chat rooms, Google, Skype, whatever. Make your request to PrestonByron@yahoo.com. It'll be in the comments. Thank you, everyone. God bless, and good night.